What I've been doing very recently is getting up super early in the morning. I'm talking 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 6 a.m. For me, that's super early. I usually get up around 8:30 or so. And the reason I've been doing it is because I feel much more energized throughout the day. My ability to think is noticeably better. And even the feeling in my body, I'll use the energy in my body in a non-spiritual way, but the energy in my body is just lighter, more relaxed. So this brings me back to a lesson I was taught by my traditional Chinese medical doctor and traditional Chinese doctor. So this was Dr. Yu from China, all the way from Beijing, and he had just come to Canada, and he moved here and he spoke broken English, and he was a medical doctor, but he was also a traditional Chinese doctor, I guess. And what does that mean? That means that they practice the old reading of the qi, if you will, doing the herbs, the traditional herbs. He was telling me at the time that he would read 1,000 or 2,000-year-old text. That was part of his curriculum. And again, let me emphasize this. He was also a medical doctor in specializing in cancer. So what he did was to combine traditional Chinese medicinal therapy with modern cancer treatment and combine them together. Beyond that, he was also applied that principle of combining Western and Eastern medicine to cure all kinds of illnesses, or to at least address many illnesses. So why did I run into this guy? Because when I was 19 years old, I got a blood disease that was pretty bad, and it was chronic, meaning permanent. You're stuck with it for life stuff, and it was requiring major surgery, blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, long story short, I went and visited my friend and Chinese guy, and I said, hey, you know, you're herbalist. So his father sourced out this guy for me, who happened to have just moved here from Beijing very recently. I forget what it was, within the last year or 6 months or so. Anyway, so I met the guy, and I told him what I had according to the principles of Western medicine. And so he said, no problem. I fix you, no problem. And he spoke like that, and it's not an insult, because I have a lot of respect for somebody who comes from China or whatever other country where their first language isn't English and is able to learn English. His English was much, much better than my Mandarin. All I could say at the time was Kung Fu. So, and Sifu for my martial arts training. Anyhow, so he put me on a regimen of herbs. He put me on a lifestyle regimen. I had to stop my martial arts. I had to go to sleep before midnight. Yada, yada. And the herbs were the most important aspect of it all. And he told me back then, Dr. Yu, with regards to sleeping, he said that humans were not nocturnal, we're not bats, and as such, when we stay up after midnight, it actually hurts our immune system over time. It does. When you're young and you're a teenager, your 20s or your 30s, it doesn't affect you so much because you're young and you're full of piss and vinegar. But as you get older, I'm in my 40s, it starts to impact you, and you feel it more and more. So you're able to perform, by the way, physically, you're able to do just about everything just as well as you could when you were younger, if you keep in shape. The thing is recovery is longer. So if you injure yourself, you push yourself really hard, you recover more slowly, and you're more sensitive to the foods you eat and your lifestyle choices. That's all. Anyway, so I'll talk to you about the Dr. Yu situation. It was pretty fascinating. Basically, it cured me of my blood disease. It took 9 months, but it cured me of my blood disease. Anyway, I'm reminded of him because he first introduced me to that whole idea that it's better for humans to actually sleep at night and get up early in the morning with the sun. Not that it's a sunny day today, but there you go. You never know where you're going to learn stuff, and you never know how important a meeting can be, because you can learn life-changing lessons from random events like getting a blood disease and meeting a traditional Chinese doctor who just came over from Beijing. All right, I'm off to get my coffee now.